9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All about the Gers fans, all about the Gers fans,
Hello, how you doing? It's Ricki Neill, and welcome to our new bonus podcast. It's all about the Gers fans view. What we're going to do is try and get different fans on every week, but we'll also get the same guys on as well. So tonight we've got two of my good friends. We've got Davey. How you doing, mate? And we've also got Frankie.
How you doing, Ricky? David?
Evening, Ricky. Evening, Frankie. How's it going?
Not too bad yourself. Been a while.
Yeah, it certainly has. It certainly has.
Yep.
So what we want to do is try and get this going like every Friday night, and just get the Rangers fans on, just so they can have a rant. I think it's just now it's like a wee drop in help centre, and
Oh God, aye.
Davey, I'll start with you because like after the Hearts game last week, I think most Rangers fans thought we were going to beat, and 90% of them were hoping so that Russell Martin would be out. But now he's been like taking them swimming and things like this. How long can this go on, Davey?
Do you want the truth? I've got a feeling it's going to go on for a while. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's in for the long haul. Even a defeat tomorrow is going to continue this pain for us. Did you listen to his press conference today? He's got the backing of the board. He's got the backing of Kevin Thelwell. He's got the backing of Patrick Stewart. He wasn't a man under pressure in that press conference at all. He was chilled. He was relaxed. He was flippant. He was everything that we kind of don't like in him. And I don't think he's actually going to go anywhere at the moment.
Frankie?
Yeah, I'm the same. I read. Did you read the PDF that the supporters group put out from the minutes from yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I just read it.
He's not going anywhere. He's not
100%.
going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I do. Right. I think you've got to take the blue tinted glasses off you and think like a businessman. And I'm going to get pelts for this. I understood their answers, not necessarily saying I agreed with them. Saying, look, we've been ditching managers all the time for years. We've got to give somebody a go. But the thing is every Rangers fans watching us say, aye, but this guy's not shown anything. But this is the thing is the fact the Americans here, I can't remember his name. If he was going to have been gone today.
I think they're going to give him the cup, Frankie.
Yeah.
I think it would be foolish to sack a guy the day before a cup game. But I think he's going to get the cup game, and I think he's going to continue regardless of the result tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's worrying. It really is worrying for me.
As the same as you guys. See if we've been battering teams, but still not necessarily winning, but hitting the bar, great goalkeeping performances from the other team. You're like, aye, all right. But we're not, it's not. Last year's, I was thinking this before I come on. Last year's team would beat this year's team's 3-0.
100%. We've had 60 minutes of football the full season. That's been it. Pilsen at home is the only time they've actually played well. Out with that, no, it's just not been good enough.
There's Ali Quinn saying, remember, the people who own us have no emotional ties. Never trust a pharmaceutical owner, period. I was away doing a Q&A with Craig Moore up in Stornoway on Friday, and he was saying that the problem with our board and the people that are involved, there's no real football men in there. There's no real Rangers men either. David, do you think we should get? There's always talk about getting Graeme Souness back and things like that as an ambassador. I just think we need something.
I think Graeme Souness is beyond. I think he's enjoying his retirement, isn't he? I agree. We probably should have someone like that, but why? It's what we should have done was we should have had a Scottish assistant. My actual choice was Stuart Kettlewell before he went to Kilmarnock. I thought he would have been an ideal solution. We need somebody in there that knows the club. We lost Kevin Thompson during the week from the academy as well. People seem to be drifting away, and I don't know why.
Did he leave or?
I think it was a kind of mutual part of the ways, but it looks a bit.
He was good. He was good for the
Yeah, the academy wasn't going in the
Aye.
direction that he was looking. His own soccer academies are superb. The guy knows football inside out, and he's a good coach.
Frankie, before Russell Martin was announced as manager, who were you hoping we were getting?
The thing is, when it came to Russell Martin, you saw his name, and I was like, aye, all right. You know, I mean, I never thought he would come. But the guy at Chef Wednesday, thought that could be a player. You know what I mean? And I wasn't fussed about Gerrard, but see, right now, I would run over there and put him in my back and carry him back to Ibrox. You know?
Yeah, I was the exact same when it came to Gerrard. I didn't want him back, but now you'd climb over broken glass to get him up here, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But I mean, and the question is, who do you bring in? And the thing is, if he goes on Monday, it's the same names that are going to be thrown about.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I'm going to get perks for this. I'd get Dyson. Just go back to get. What positions do you play, son? Left back. Go play left back. What position do you play? Right wing. Go play right wing. You know what I mean?
See, if you're going to look at somebody like Dice, you're probably better going for McInnes.
I think McInnes would come now.
Somebody that I don't. Would you leave Hearts to come to Rangers at the moment?
No, I wouldn't. Honestly,
McInnes knows the club, knows the league, knows the players.
He's a Rangers man through and through.
He's a Rangers man, and we're probably the snobs that don't want him.
Right. But the thing is, from McInnes' point of view, he's been offered it once, knocked it back, rightly so. Can he afford to knock it back one more time? There is that, because he'll be able to see, right, he'll see that we've got, because I do believe we've got a nucleus of good football players there. He'll look at them and say, I can do something with them, you know, because he also knows he's got the rest of the season, he's got the next, 8 months buffer zone, shall we call it, to get his thing in, you know, and then move on to next season. 5 years ago, I used to put posts up when we got Gerrard in it, we missed a trick there getting McInnes, and I used to say to noise people up. See, right now, man, I'd remove my arms for him.
Yeah, I know. But I was the same way, Gerrard, because I thought his last season at Rangers his football was starting to get boring. It was quite predictable. But then you hear that he went to the board with a list of 5 players, saying this is the 5 players I want in, and then they went back to him and says, out of that 5, what one's your favourite? What one do you really want? I mean, so it's like, what would it have been like if we got those 5 players? You know, maybe we would have only won 56. David, there's Baz Hands Across the Water. That's another podcast over there. I've never in my lifetime seen all of the Rangers reports so united in their views of the current state of the club. Obviously, there's going to be a protest at 4:30 on Sunday. Does that make any difference, David? Do you think the 49ers will even notice that?
No, it's not going to make any difference in the slightest. What we're going to get, a maximum of 1,500 to 2,000 people there, if that. And fair play to them. I take my hat off to them. I can't make the game tomorrow, but I would have probably went round and stood and had a protest with them. But I don't think we're going to get the numbers. Not in the same way as we had. I think it was the last big protest was Alex McLeish, when it was after a midweek game. There was about 4,000 or 5,000 round at the front doors.
The Sons of Struth, Big Craig.
The Sons of Struth.
He put numbers, remember, with Bomber, and then there was another one. I think I was there when Ricky we were carrying his sign. I remember Rick Craig running, how this was that? What the you know, and the press of taking photos. I was cringing, but needs are a must.
By the way, the protest isn't Saturday. I said it was Sunday, so just in case anybody turns up.
Me, that's all. We'll go and protest Sunday the 3
But the thing is, protest is a good thing. It shows them, because here's the other thing. What if they didn't do it? Then the board and owners say, oh, maybe they're not that bothered after all. You know, but what will happen if we lose? Then you'll see it.
The biggest way to protest is cancelling your CCCS and not taking up tickets. That's the biggest protest. Not going into the stadium, not putting on seats up. It hits us in the pocket, but they'll see exactly how serious we mean.
I think social media helps as well, because believe me, these guys know exactly what's going on. Somebody said, are they over in California? They won't know much what's going on. I don't live in Thailand. I know what's going on. People in Australia know what's going on. You know, it's not it's not easy. It's not difficult to find out information, and they'll have to do a weekly roundup. I'm sure they've got a Teams meeting every Wednesday or something with them, you know, and they won't be able to lie to these Americans because they're billionaires for a reason.
But David, what you said there is right. That's how they're going to notice, because obviously everybody's already bought their season tickets, so they've got that money. So they're no bothering if people go to that or no. But it's going to be all the cup games, isn't it? European
Well,
nights.
the take up for the European package has been pretty poor so far. Unfortunately, I never cancelled my CCS in time, and I've got the ticket. I don't even know who we're playing Thursday. Is it Genk?
Genk, aye.
That's a good game.
I've got my 4 season tickets activated for that, but see, after that, I'm cancelling it. I'm not continuing to pay the money out game on game to watch that. It's absolutely dreadful.
See, right, I'm going to look at it from the other side. Should you not support? There is an argument you should always be supporting the football players.
Totally get that. I do totally get that.
It's a very, I don't know, I'm not articulate enough to say the right words. I'm for it, by the way, but see if somebody wants to go and support the Rangers, you go there, get in there, man, and I'm right behind them on their side if they want to go, because people are taking kids and all that. Kids don't know what a protest is. They just want to walk up. Like when we were kids, when you walk up to Ibrox, there's that atmosphere and the lights and all that, you know.
Well, that's what James Glasgow's just said online. Is a protest not counterproductive for a team struggling with confidence? Is it not better after the game? Davey, that might help their anxiety if nobody turns up. You might go back to the COVID days.
If that's wee Jamie Glasgow, I tell you, we could be doing with him up front now. What a player he was for coaching the Rangers back in the day. Yeah, no, I totally agree, Richie. It's there is the point. Is it counterproductive? We really do need to support the team. But what else can we do? Can we continue on this path?
No. The thing is,
you're
I think
stuck between a rock and a hard place, aren't you?
It's difficult. But the thing is, and this is always another dodge you want to say. When we won for 55, I'll tell you what, Ibrox being empty helped.
Potentially.
Yeah. Let's be honest. Yeah. Let's be honest. You know, but that does not matter. We won 55. That's what the record books say, and that's where it starts and that's where it ends.
I think we had a peak with the Gerrard team at that time as well. That team was always going to build up the way it was going. He got fortunate with COVID probably finishing the season early and probably saving his job, to be honest. But after that, they were just absolutely superb.
Aye. And you've got to remember the Morlocks, they imploded as well, man. You know, the Sharks getting chucked about Parkhead and players having to get police escorts home and all that. But the thing is, though, they came out the back of that and sorted their crap out and went out and won the league next year.
But just talking about the protest, that's exactly what worked for them, though, Frankie. That protest that season worked for them because they went out and got Postecoglou the next season.
I know, and we were laughed at.
They invested in the Korean players and the rest of the squad. Like, was it Vickers? I think they brought in Vickers that season as well. They spent a good bit of money the following summer.
There's Kyle, and there's a few people in the chat saying Steve Robinson would be their choice. He's done all right, didn't he?
See any manager that can organise a team, he's going to be a better manager than Russell Martin. Any manager that can organise a team will beat us at the moment.
And play them in the right positions, or not?
I know.
Football's a simple game, and Russell Martin's making it hard.
Davey, you were talking about recruitment. Celtic done after we won 55. They got some decent players. Frankie, a couple of weeks ago, we had Jamie Martin, who's a football agent on. And I was with Oz like on Friday as well. And both of them were telling me that Jamie Martin offered Moussa Dembele to Rangers. Weren't interested. Craig Moore offered Maeda to Rangers. That was through Muscat.
Is he an agent now, Craig Moore?
Aye. Wasn't it?
Okay.
They weren't interested. And other Rangers players I've been talking to that stay all around the world now says they never ever get a phone call for Rangers saying, you go and look at that player. I mean, and loads of them have offered saying, listen, we can see decent players. So recruitment is a big problem, isn't it, Frankie?
I know. It's just, it's like, something really annoyed me about the guy the other day, Thelwell, when he did his interview recently, and he said, I just bought from the market that I know. Mate, you're supposed to be a football, you're supposed to have phone numbers from Japan to California. You know, exactly what you've said there, Ricky. This guy was supposed to know, have a little black book, so to speak, of agents from all around the world. And this one, when he's bought this kid from Everton for about 10 million quid. Now, this may be a master stroke, but it does stink, you know.
David,
we might be short in the right market, or the market that Thelwell knows, but we're in the Whoopsie section. We're picking up the bargains at the end of the aisle that are just absolute nonsense.
And the academy just isn't getting used the way it should be, Davey, as well.
No, I used to go and watch the youths and the reserves everywhere in the 19s, but now I don't give up my time to go and see them, because for a start, you don't even know when the games are. You used to be able to go and knowing that they are at the RTC. They used to play up at Bathgate. They played all over the country, Broadwood, Dumbarton. They barely tell you when the game is, so you can't even follow them. It's just, there doesn't seem to be a good crop of youngsters coming through either.
The thing is, though, right, and I'm again always trying to look at it both sides. You've got to be unbelievable to get into the Rangers, even the first team squad. You know, you've got to remember that it's not easy to break into. And what seems to happen, if we get a player about to break into it, they end up down south. I think we just sold the ball to Arsenal, didn't they? But the thing is, he's probably a millionaire overnight.
He was actually released. Archie Stevens was released in the summer.
Released?
Because they couldn't come to an agreement over a contract. But Archie, no disrespect to Barry Ferguson, but Archie Stevens should have probably been in the first team squad towards the end of the season and getting a couple of sub appearances for nothing else, just to boost any future fee. But they couldn't have come to an agreement. Archie was released and ended up signing for Arsenal. But you're 100% correct, Frankie, what you're saying there. See if you've got anything about you. We'll take Billy Gilmour as an example.
Aye.
Chelsea snapped him up before we even get a chance to get him anywhere near the first team. Rory Wilson, same at Aston Villa. He went as well. And it's going to continue. If you've got a decent bit of pedigree, you're playing with Rangers, you're showing something, you've got the potential, the big English clubs are going to come down and offer you and your family a couple of million, and that's it. You're going to jump ship right away.
I don't blame them for that. I've got absolutely no issue. You know, I mean, to become a million overnight, and the thing is, his first game for the team that he goes to, he might get a 2-footer, and he can't play football ever again, but he's got insurance and he's got a head start in life. You know, it's that. But yeah.
There's Ninka saying we need our own in and about our club. I'm sorry, but we are ultimately unique and in a very unique league. We need our own to get us back on track. Barry, Neely, Billy should be there still. Davey, were you wanting Barry to stay?
I wasn't wanting Barry to stay, but I seen positives in even keeping Neil McCann and Billy Dodds there. Even Alan McGregor and keeping that continuity. If Barry was maybe willing to stay as an assistant or a coach, by all means. I don't think he was there as a manager, even though I'd probably take him just now, to be honest. But we definitely need some Rangers men in there. I hate talking about them across the city, but their backroom staff is full of ex-players and Celtic-minded people. You know, people that want the best for the club. We seem to be driving the Rangers people out of our club at the moment.
Thank you.
So, because like you're saying, they've got people like Peter Grant and all that there. And let's be honest, anyone that remembers Peter Grant, we absolutely hated him. But we hated him because he was a die-hard Celtic man, and you can't knock somebody for that. But talking about Rangers people, we still do have Rangers people at Ibrox. You've got the Parks there. Remember, they still, I know they're dodgy and all that, but there's still Rangers men about there.
I'd be reversing quicker than one of their buses just now, and that I'm not convinced with the Parts as well.
Aye, okay, but they're still there. But
they're still there. They're still there. But that was the reason for keeping shareholders on for when the new consortium took over, because they needed that continuity. But the Parts have probably been involved in some of the biggest disasters getting them appointed in the last 4 or 5 years.
They definitely have, but it's still Rangers men there. But I know what you mean. I'm not saying make decisions, but just maybe I've got that one wrong.
I want guys like John Brown in the club, guys that know exactly what it means. You know what I mean?
Bomber is there, is he not, Ricky? Bomber's
He's there as an ambassador, isn't he? Yeah.
Because mind when they changed the recruitment, he was obviously head of recruitment or something, and I think he had a bit more people working for him, but then he had to actually go and apply for his own job again. You know?
Right.
Total joke. Baz, hands across the water again. Finlay Curtis getting benched constantly over the likes of Moore shows how poor a development of our own player is. But Davey, is that because we're paying so much money to the likes of Moore and things like that we need to play them?
Moore won't be on pennies, that's for sure. And plus, I would imagine that Tottenham would have wanted some guarantees that he was going to get games.
Yeah.
So you seen when Finlay scored against Alloa. Was it Alloa scored? His reaction was a bit tepid with it.
Aye. I noticed that.
What can Mikey Moore do that Finlay Curtis can't at the moment? Seeing the evidence of what we've seen of this season, Finlay Curtis is certainly the more impressive player.
But at the same time, gentlemen, we need a squad. Because if
100%.
one of them gets banjoed and he's out for the rest of the season, we've got a natural guy to come in. But that's something I think at times the fan base are forgetting. That guy plays that position. Aye, because I remember watching something. To be a top team, you need 2 players for every position and somebody from the kids knocking on the door. You know, I mean, and we're kind of got that now. I think for the size of the squad isn't too bad. Our goalkeepers are maybe a bit weak, but you know.
But Frankie, and loads of people said this the other week as well. See when they see that Finlay Curtis isn't starting, their heads go down. At least you know when Finlay Curtis is on the pitch, he gives you 110%, and he's exciting to watch. He's driving forward, and he's no fear for the young lad. He's no fear to take a shot and goal.
I know, yes. The thing is, I think it's not going to happen. If a new manager come in and just he sits everyone down, comes in, have a cup of tea, sir. What position do you play? What's your strongest? No bother. You know what I mean? It's like, and did you see that thing today? There was a podcast talking about Joe Rothwell, a player who played with Joe Rothwell somewhere, and he says he can't believe he's playing him as a six.
Barry Douglas, ex-Dundee United and Blackburn Rovers, he put it on Instagram about...
And he said when he plays number 8, he's unbelievable, he's quick.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Rothwell liked the tweet or whatever it was about it. That's clubs and managers do not like that, you know.
I know, it's amazing. And they are watching socials, like you say, Frankie. Listen, I'm just going to depress you even more. Obviously, it's like 47 years since we've been as bad as this. 1978-79, John Gregg's season. But it turns out in our next league game, we could actually be bottom of the league, depending on how the Dundee and Aberdeen. If it gets to that stage, Davey, there's no way he can still keep a job, is there?
I'd like to think not, but I just don't have the confidence that he's going anywhere at the moment, and that's a depressing part for me. Even if I don't think we'll win tomorrow, I really don't. I think we're going to get a bit of a run around, especially with the pace that Hibs have up front. I think he's going to be in a job come Monday morning.
For me, Ricky, it's we can't second guess this American guys because they're at a level that we don't understand. If you know what I mean, the business, we know that they are the way they do things is they don't sack people and all that. But I'll tell you what, there's got to be a threshold where they think, wait a minute, this is not working. You know what I mean? And see if you come out and go hands up. You know that way. See if Thelwell and Thingy came out and said, look, we've made a mistake, we'll let him go. I'd be all right with that. We made a mistake, that's fine. But it's the fact that they gave him a glowing reference. You thought it'd be the second coming of Christ. The way he went about it, like, you know, that was it. You know, I said I would swear on here. I nearly did then.
See, for me at the moment, they've made 3 big mistakes. The first one was appointing him. Look at his CV. What has he done to justify getting the Rangers appointment? Absolutely nothing. Probably half a season at Southampton where he excelled in the Championship. Even then, he nearly managed to blow it and they had to go up through the playoff. The second big mistake is they said they would back him. They said they would back him despite the results before the season had even kicked off. So they've kind of backed themselves into a corner. They've got nowhere to turn. They sack him now and they've got to admit that they've made a mistake. And the third one is they've not sacked him. It's that simple. That's the 3 huge mistakes.
I'll tell you, sorry, on you go, Ricky.
No, it's Frankie. You've probably seen the tweet that's going about. It's like you said the exact same thing at 2 other clubs or about players and anxiety. It must be him that's giving them the fucking anxiety.
Exactly, man. Because right, for all Ibrox, we can be heavy on them. But see if you're playing well, we are right behind you. You know, I mean, Ibrox can be the best place on earth. Because was it the first European game? I was in the Govan the Sandy Jardine rear. And we played well, and Ibrox was brilliant that night. I mean, it wasn't as a massive European when the lights started shaking, but Ibrox was very complimentary towards the player. Clapped off the pitch, the manager came down and everything. And I just sat and thought, okay, right, that's all right. You know what I mean? And then it all went downhill rapidly.
What you just said about anxiety there, Richie, it's like a buzzword that he uses in his press conferences. Anxiety, good people, intensity, good boys, need to learn. It's all the same words that he uses all the time. You go back and listen to his, if you can actually stomach it, go back and listen to his press conferences. It's the same spiel every week. It really is. It's just an absolute word salad from him.
I just thought the one today was very, very cocky and shrugging his shoulders,
man.
having a wee,
It was
having a wee laugh
absolutely
and all that.
ridiculous, was it
And
not?
it
really was.
You know, and then obviously it was like one of the guys in the press asked about the unexpected visit of Kavanagh. He's like, I know he's been coming for weeks.
Yeah. Just shrugged his shoulders, smiled.
See if
think
he
there
wins
is
tomorrow.
Aye.
See if he wins tomorrow, he'll come in with the throw of the hat and into the press conference with a big cigar and a bottle of fucking champagne, man. You know what I mean? Told you. You know what I mean? I'm respecting that. And you get the big man, what's his name, Stevie, across the table at him, lunching him. I don't care about my press credentials.
That's another one. He had a dig at Stevie and Davy Edgar.
Stevie, sorry, aye.
He had a dig at both Stevie and Davy Edgar in the press conference today when both of them weren't there to defend themselves. And I thought that was pretty low as well, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. No, it was quite funny. I know during the week, Jim White. See that one? Like the first day, he was saying great questions for the press, and 24 hours later, he found out it was fans media. He totally changed it. But the thing is,
great
media
questions for the press. For the guy asked Brian Laudrup, Brian, why are you so good? That's the level of his professionalism.
But he went to university. Remember, Davey? I mean,
I don't know about university. Jim White went to. I'll tell you what, honestly. But Kyle just says Jim White is a moron. Spot on, mate. Well done.
I see, Ricki, am I right in saying that Jim White was probably scripted? Was he not maybe told to say that by people further up in TalkSport? Has he not got a director whispering in his ear?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's all clickbait, Frankie. It's all just to get views, likes, tweets, retweets, and people calling into the show, and get people like us talking about it, which it's done. So he's actually done what he's set out to do.
I think it bugs me with Jim White. We all know he's a Rangers man. He was a Rangers man through.
He's never a Rangers man, Frankie, honestly.
No,
never
he
a
was.
Rangers man.
Aye, but he was. He grew up a Rangers. Anyway, I remember when you used to take the headphones to listen to the other games that was going on. I remember Rangers were playing Motherwell. He was commenting on it, and Rangers scored. And he goes, "Rangers have scored, and let's hope they get another one." And a couple of minutes later, he had to redact the way he said it and all that. But no. My point was being he grew up a Rangers man, but he now says, "Oh, he's just neutral and all that." You're like, mate, own who you are. You know what I mean?
Well, I was watching Grado's podcast the other day. I don't know if you've seen it, and Ewan Cameron was on it. And, they get totally fires straight into Jim White.
Two pints in a shot, isn't it?
2 pints in a shot, and Grado's impression of Jim White was excellent. But they were actually saying that he was brought up as a Celtic fan, and it wasn't until he started doing the kind of 9 in a row and hanging about with Rangers players that's when he turned into a Rangers fan. You know, so
right.
But then it really surprised you with Jim White, though.
I've met him a few times. He's actually a nice guy. So I'm not going to badmouth him in case I see him again.
Showbiz.
But I like about the clickbait because here we are talking about it. Stevie and Davy Edgar, they were talking about it. It's all over Twitter, as you say. And where's what did Jim White said? Because I posted about it on my page, but I didn't post the link to it. You know, I mean, But I was punching the air when he said it. But
no, it's good. I'm just going to move on to Raskin. Get your thoughts about Raskin. It's just it was said that Russell says Nico Raskin is in a good place. He said he's looking forward to having him back in. He's trained really well. He's in a good place. Maybe it's a necessary thing for this group to improve, to understand what is really important. Then he goes on to say, I think it'll be really important period for Nico and his growth as a human being and a player.
Another buzzword that he used, human being. This human being appears constantly.
I mean, it's like one of these well-being sessions, isn't it?
I know. I think there was an issue with, put it this way, swap the manager out if it was Fergie or something like that. You don't know what's happening, but they were Walter bench players. You know, he bench McCoy. As soon as bench McCoy, I think that was a wee bit of a personal thing, though. You know, but I think there was, as much as I hate the manager, sometimes you've got to think, well, maybe he still is the manager. You don't overstep a mark, but it'd be good to know what it was. But for whatever it was,
I don't think we'll ever find out, will we?
Nah. Obviously, we saw the tweets and all that. I happened to leak the team and all that. But
that's just nonsense. See if Raskin's in a good place this week. How much of a bad place was he in when he just scored for Belgium and come back absolutely buzzing just to be kicked out the squad again last week?
I know. I know.
Crazy.
It's just
Absolute
a guy
crazy.
scores for his country, man. He'd be buzzing. Right, down you go.
Yeah.
First team, first man on the pitch, and play him as a 6 and show Stroll Waterfield as a number 8. Let's see what happens.
He looks every inch a Belgian player. It doesn't look overawed. He doesn't look overawed. But he's in it like guys like De Bruyne and like that. And we're dropping him for Joe Rothwell. We're dropping him for Joe Rothwell.
It's bad.
Absolutely crazy.
But you think when Rothwell came in, the Leeds fans were, and was it Bournemouth? Was that the Leeds fans told him, "You've got a player here," and but we've just he's coached football out of them, because I think a lot of the time we're on the pitch, they're just too scared. Right, I'm here. Where am I supposed to be? The ball's there. He's got the ball. What am I supposed to do? And just instead of standing there, give me a. You know what I mean?
Well, Frankie, I think
what you're saying about being overcoached.
Aye. Look at Ant-Man. First game.
Oh,
he didn't have any time to actually speak to Martin. He was basically in the next day. He's not been the same player again since.
I know, and he had us off our feet. You know what I mean? It was. But I remember the time we thought there's no way he's getting that, and he managed to get to the byline and chip it across. I don't think we got a goal from it, but it just showed you what he's got. And it's just because I hang off every word Sir Alex Ferguson says, right? And I remember something, and I've said this loads of times online, something that stuck with me. He says, if you've got a Man United shirt on and you need to get told how to play football, what are you doing here? That's my philosophy. The player, because what we sometimes forget, these players have been playing at elite teams from the 5-year-old. They've been getting the best of pitches, the top quality boots, top end coaching. They just need finely tuned. They don't need much coaching. It's confidence they need, not coaching at times.
I'm now of the opinion that the players are overcoached, and you're 100% correct about Ant-Man. And I'm going to use another example. Giga, when he came in, he looked like an absolute solid defender, a guy that would head on a brick wall. We've got a guy that looks like he couldn't even control a beach ball now.
I know.
He was shot to bits on Saturday. Absolute shot to bits. That's why he got taken off at half time. 2 yards, 5-yard passes. Couldn't do them. Just could not do them.
Yeah, I think it's worrying to. Again, we'll go back to this. Sorry to repeat myself. If we saw some kind of improvement, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
We're seeing regression week on week.
Because with the 2 week, was it the 2 week thingamajig Scotland thing? And I thought, right, send English guys, anyone that travelled, send them home for a few days, chill out, just go for a jog in the morning, watch your telly, come back, regroup, refresh it. Right, lads, forget about what happened there. Here's where we're going. And it was absolute rhino dung what we saw. Absolute crap.
The players come back worse after that 2 week break. I dread to think what he's instilling in the training, honestly. Everything just goes to pot when he gets time with the players.
Mm-hmm. I think over coaching.
100%.
I can't remember. It was one of the pundits that the Rangers fans don't like. He basically said, "What have you done to improve Rangers?" And he couldn't answer it. He even mentioned something about
it was Tom English who said it.
Tom English.
Tom English. Yeah,
that was a belter of a question. I thought.
No friend of Rangers, but he made a really important point, and Russell Martin couldn't answer it.
He was like, "Ask the staff."
I was sitting here like that. Oh, this is horrible, man.
No.
It's like, when I say tea lady, everything he says is just cringeworthy, isn't it? Total cringeworthy.
It's that. Let's be honest. See, when he first came in, when we were doing pre-season, and I did like him. I thought, well, this guy's quite personable. I quite like what he's saying. He was relaxed. He was saying the guys are going to be fit. They weren't. And it's just. It's just, but Ricki, I got to know you, Ricki, because of Craig White and all that. Here we are, 14 flipping years later, still talking about crap like this.
No, I was dead chuffed the day I met you. I used to always watch your monkey videos.
There's Ted McMinn coming. I've moved. I'm 60 miles away from them now. So.
Oh, you're kidding. There's Ted McMinn on. So this is a new show we're going to do every Friday. Get the fans on, and then myself, Charlie, and Derek will be on the day after the game. But Ted saying Raskin, he's one of our best players. The mess we're in, we need our strongest team. We lose our next game. It's season over in September. Fans deserve better.
Is that the Ted McMinn, the Rangers, the ex-Rangers player?
Aye.
Aye, Ted, thanks for entertaining us back in the day, man. You were absolutely brilliant. It was great fun watching you.
It's true, Dave, isn't it? Why would you leave it? You're always meant to start your best 11. Why leave it?
100%. Who in that midfield's better than Raskin?
No one. Who's
No one.
better than Raskin in Scotland? Is it? I mean, no, the other ones.
He's probably the best number 6 in Scotland, yeah.
Aye. And he took it to what? Right. Here's the thing: when you guys talk about Celtic players, I've no idea who they are. I only realised Joe Hart had left when I saw the Rangers Celtic game the other week. I pay zero attention to them, and I don't mean that in a. I just don't care. But Raskin took on that McGregor though as well, didn't he? Last year he put him in his place a bit.
Yeah.
Aye.
That's another one. He's a Rangers fan, isn't he?
McGregor?
I believe so. I don't manage to get a season in the main stand.
No, he's no. I wouldn't think.
Aye. I can't do that.
But Bajrami marked McGregor at the game last season as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's not going to look in now. Not that he's a world beater, but he could certainly be doing a job.
Aye. It's just. Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow? We're going to win 5-0 or something like that, aren't we? You know what I mean?
The law of averages says we've got to win a game soon.
Yeah,
Rangers as a club don't go in runs like this. They've got to win soon. Hopefully it's tomorrow, and then we can start sorting this stuff out. He's not going anywhere if we win, lose or draw, unless it's an absolute smashing for Hibs.
Mm-hmm.
But at the moment, I just kind of see him going everywhere. And what Kyle's just posted there about Boyle and Bowie, that's terrifying me tomorrow. Imagine they two running at Big Suitor.
I know.
He's just not got the pace to turn. It's just going to be frightening.
This could be 3-4-0. Let's be honest. Excuse me. This could be 3-4-0 to Hibs. And the thing is, we've not scored a goal from open play.
No.
There's Ted McMinn commenting. He's saying, "Cheers, love my time at the best club in the world. Thanks for the kind words. At least we got bums off the seats."
You did that, big man. I remember a Wednesday night game, man. It was just brilliant.
The only time I get bums off the seats is probably tomorrow night when everybody's leaving at 20 minutes. Hopefully not. But God, I'm just pure negative now.
Right, Loudon's going to do some trade tomorrow night, isn't it? And about 20 minutes into the game, it'll be absolutely heaving.
Well, as you know, my daughter works in the Loudon, so she'll be happy. She'll get plenty of tips. You know?
Oh God, I didn't know that. That's good to know, actually. Aye, nice. I'm two minds whether to go up or not, but it's just I'm not to the protest, not to the actual game. But see, at the end of the day, it's just,
you might struggle to get a ticket for the game, Frankie. Just take it easy.
Oh, no, I saw some guy down the beach there, so we won for £100 earlier. Aye, paper ones and crayon.
You can't get your tickets away.
I know, man.
I seen somebody on Facebook. It was like a smashed car window, and it says, "Somebody smashed my car window and left me 4 tickets."
I know, man.
So we'll go on to score predictions then. Who wants to go first for tomorrow night?
3-0 Hibs.
Oh, for sake, Frankie.
I'm not going to lie.
Oh no. I was wanting you to cheer me up tonight. I'm actually taking the wife to Ibrox for her first ever time tomorrow night. So
really, if
she wins, she doesn't like football, so
right,
probably picked the right game to go to.
I don't like football at this moment in time as well, so that makes 2 years.
No, I have to admit, over the past year, she's actually starting to like the games on that now. So, and she knows what it means to be a Rangers fan and what it is to be a Celtic fan, you know. So I've taught her well. Aye, Davey, what are you thinking then?
I can see extra time. I can see possibly a 1 each or a 2 each with Hibs potentially winning in extra time.
Mm-hmm. I can see Hibs 2-0
at the moment. There's nothing. There's no evidence, and there's nothing that I can see that Rangers can win that game.
Even if we start Raskin and things like that, and
even if they start Raskin, the problem is with the defence. It's just no gelling at all.
Aye.
Do you know what the problem is as well? Now nobody's fear to come to Ibrox.
No, but Vicky, it's been like that for 10 years. Let's be honest, but it's the worst now than ever. You know, I mean, let's be honest. Hibs are probably the favourites for the game.
70-10 Rangers are to win tomorrow with the bookies. 70-10, that's unheard of.
Right, say that again, big man.
70-10 on, Rangers are to win, which is
7-10.
really, really, really low odds for Rangers.
Because I'm not the biggest a gambler. It's just
If you put a tenner on, you'll get 7 back.
you put a 10 on, you'll get nothing back.
Or the way things are going now, you put a tenner on, you get nothing back.
Aye, man. It's just. Do you know what? When I start going down and start feeling depressed about the Rangers, the one thing is, Ricky and David, we're owned by professionals now. So, see, from the finance and the business side of things, we don't need to worry about the tax man or the club having to sell the stadium and all that. That's the one saving grace we've got at the moment. So that's what cheers me up at times. You know what I mean?
I know.
No, you're right, Frankie. You're right.
See, when you think back, obviously I was involved with Rangers first, then you had the Rangers Supporters Trust, and you had Big Craig doing the stuff and all that. And back then it was like they weren't wanting anybody in that one controlling position again. You know, but it's went back to that basically, innit, with the 49ers.
Aye, the eighth richest franchise in the world.
Yeah, but we needed it. We needed the money, you know, because it was getting harder.
What we needed at the time, Richie, was we needed a supporters rep on the board. But our friends at the Trust have absolutely destroyed that. Completely destroyed it. Sorry, Club 1872.
I bought 2 life memberships for that, and it was great at the time. But I don't know, man. But we can never do that as a fan base. We're too. We're just Rangers fans. I don't know how to put it another way. There's too many. Oh, he wants a Blazer. He wants a Blazer. I'm sure you get accused of that a few times, Ricky. You know what I mean? You were a Blazer chaser. Craig was accused of it.
I think I was there for about 3 years, and the last 3 years the Rangers first was just painful. It was just arguments every week. So it was.
There's too many egos involved. That's what it was. It's the same old argument. And do you know what? Fair play to Russell Martin. He has united the whole Rangers support against him. When have you ever seen it?
I know. Do you know what's quite funny, Frankie? You might not know this story, but the first ever time I got asked to do Sky Sports, I didn't want to do it. I was shaking myself because I was quite shy.
Was that the AGM?
No, it was in front of the Ibrox, and so I thought, right, what could somebody says, right, just don't be nervous, just write down the possible questions and then write down the possible answers, and just keep repeating it. The guy was like to me, listen, it's going to be recorded anyway, so you didn't need to worry about it. So I'm there, but as I was driving into Ibrox at 8 o'clock in the morning, something had happened overnight with Mike Ashley. And I was like, fuck, I haven't even thought of an answer for that. I thought, that's pretty bad. And I got there, it was Charles Patterson for Sky. And he was like, oh, good to meet you, Ricky. There's a chance we're going to be live. And he's like, in fact, can you just stand there? We're going to be live in 5, 4, 3, right? And I'm like, right? And I could feel my phone vibrating in my pocket, right?
Aye.
Obviously, I'm not answering it, but I can hear it. You feel it vibrating. As soon as I come up, I look. It's Davey saying, "You're a big baldy fat bastard. What are you doing on my TV?"
I was trying to have a cup of tea in the morning, a bit of toast.
Because I remember it was one of the AGMs you get interviewed outside the Armadillo, and I was watching it, and I was wanting to give it the behind the things, but I thought, no, better not.
It's something I never enjoyed doing because I was a bag of nerves before it. At the time, it was. It had to be done. Somebody had to do it. But that's been a good first show. We'll call it quits because I know it's a Friday night and you guys will be. When are you heading back to Thailand then, Frankie? What's your plans?
Well, the flat's just been sold. You know what? The people behind that are coming in, they've got their house to sell, which should sell quick because if you're moving in here, I don't want to sound like a snob or that. Your house should go quite quickly. I went past Cora Day and she said 3 or 4 months it should all be done. So. And that's it, like you say. I told you off screen. So it's I'll probably do a couple more trips offshore, but yeah. But I'll be glad to get rid of it, despite what people think and all that, because it's been pretty horrible in here.
I'll be good spending time full time with your family again, but that'll be brilliant.
Absolutely. And Ricky, look, my wee girl Kate, because all this stuff started, she's buzzing for it. Our spare room now is all set up and everything, because believe it or not, like the internet in Thailand's better than the UK. So she's got it all set up and everything. But the one thing I'll need to do, if you asked me to come on, it would be 3:15 in the morning. But I would come out, I know I'm not going to have to do that, but I don't need to bother. Because like I told you off screen, that's what I'll be doing anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's tired anyway, Frankie, so there's nothing for you to get up early in the morning for, that's it.
That's it. Aye, that's it. You know, I mean, a Friday night though, right, I'll just go for one. You know, I'm in the middle of Bangkok with 2 6-foot ladyboys. Give me a right, Ricky, let's get going. What's your name again?
Frankie, can you remember when the Rangers also was over there and I went over for it? And I remember some of the boys were like to me, "Do you want to come to Bangkok?" And I was like, no, I need to be here the order for this thing. He said, "No, we'll just stay the one night. You come back 4 days later." I'll not name any names or anything like that. But David, what about yourself? What you get planned this weekend? Anything much?
No, nothing much. Obviously, I can't make a game because I've got another booking tomorrow night. So just my daughter's game on Sunday, and that's me for the weekend. Back to work Monday.
Well, hopefully, if we're back on next week, I was going to say we're celebrating a win tomorrow.
I know, aye.
All right, which sounds terrible, but for everybody that's watching and
Thank you.
great to have you here for the first show. But we'll be back hopefully next week. And if you want to come on the show, then just send us a wee text message or something. We'll get you on. All right, but take care and see you all again next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All about the Gers fans. You.